I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. Minnesota Vikings taking on Josh Allen and the Carolina Panthers.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 13 carries, 58 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0.
Graham Gano to kick off for Carolina.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the reigning Super Bowl MVP in his 4th year now. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. No gain on the play there, second down.
No gain.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because A lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 27-yard line.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Muscles him off. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Allen rolling to his right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there, a 22.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Allen again. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
8 yards.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
At the 47-yard line.
Taylor. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Taylor again the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Makes the score Panthers 10.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
25-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the...
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this is caught. I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Found good room to run there with returns it 14 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. His defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now Allen. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
The Panthers have the 1st. It's a gain of 12. From midfield, here's Allen. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown, Carolina.
Complete.
J.J. Nelson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And it's up and good. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
Graham Gano to kick off for Carolina.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At their
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go play action. Now Mahomes finds his big tight end, Mo Cox. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Jalen Thompson.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen?
8 yards.
And the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Lindsey. And he's got some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
The 2nd down run for Burkhead. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal.
Field goal, a 27-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's in his own 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe need to up that a little.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
The ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, but we're still in the second quarter.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a dump off here complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
3rd and 8.
That's out to his running back, Michelle. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
At their own 20-yard line.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well.
Oh, wide open, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
On first down, Allen. He's going to try and go deep again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen stepping up. He's going to keep it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Shelton made the stop.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's going to be caught. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Carolina.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Taylor, as the first half is winding down, and the Panthers add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now the extra point, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Vikings 3. Graham Gano to kick off for Carolina.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Mahomes going to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Vikings 3. Graham Gano to kick off.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Mahomes firing complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Linval Joseph. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Lindsey. And move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey.
Philip Lindsay, the ball carrier.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sony Michel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen, flush to his right. That'll be complete to Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He'll buy some time right. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Allen's throw is complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown. 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Pass complete here to Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he doesn't, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now here's Mahomes. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they've got him well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Left side, it's Beckham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
That's another fight.
Yeah, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots.
And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. The 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gano for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. A nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Looking from the gun, Mahomes. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now the deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
39-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Joseph on the tackle.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And 9 at the 11-yard line.
They'll go again with Lindsey, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10. At their own 8.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming out.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
57 yards.
A big play there for the Panthers. 57 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On first down, Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it done today.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
On play action, Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Gano's kick is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
13.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They played so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Mahomes pass.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now,
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Carolina, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move.